When I was a kid, after my mother died, I spent some time in boarding school. One semester, they brought a new boy. He was sick, you know. I mean, when they brought him in. But he didn't know it, and they didn't know it. About 20 of us came down with scarlet fever. The new boy got over it. But 2 of the other kids died. One of them was my best friend. After that, every day on the ball field, I'd pick a fight with that new kid. But he'd never fight back. So I'd just keep punching him and yelling until they pulled me off him. Finally, he ran away. They found him in a lake. When my friend died, I didn't cry at all. But later, when I got to thinking about that boy that drowned, I started crying, and I couldn't stop.
In there, strip and get into that. And the rest of you can go. Thanks.
You sure?
It's in your blood.
What does that prove? Couldn't he have picked up the infection here in town just like Pete and Don? Just because he worked in Texas, does that mean something?
So what now?
We'll disinfect his person, his clothes, an old warehouse he's been sleeping in. We'll get a list of the places he's worked, the people he may have exposed.
Pete's in 212 if you'd like to look in later.
Where is he now?
He's with Dr. Glazer.
The only question now is how do we deal with him?
I don't think that's up to us.
So what do? Buy him a new suit of clothes and kiss him goodbye? We can't let him go out and infect kids in the next town, and the one after that.
Chevrolet, in behalf of your local authorized Chevrolet dealer, with 4 different kinds of super sport driving for 63, has brought you the first half of Route 66. Route 66 will continue after station identification.
Do you ever suffer pains in your knee or elbow joints when there's a change in the weather? If you remain in one position for too long, do you get backache or feel cramp-like pains when you move? After strenuous work or exercise, do you suffer from aching in your shoulders, arms, or legs? Most people would answer yes to at least one of these questions. After all, everyday aches and pains are likely to occur in cases like these, when muscles and joints react to an abrupt change in weather or activity. That's why you should always keep Bayer aspirin on hand to relieve these discomforts fast. Just take 2 Bayer tablets and see how quickly Bayer soothes those aching muscles and joints. Remember, whenever you suffer from the common aches and pains that have so many everyday causes, don't wait. Take Bayer aspirin right away and feel better fast. You'll find that Bayer can make living a lot more fun.
Remember my greedy friend?
one who's on the road? I talked to him a little while ago, and he wanted me to be sure and say hello to you. And he said, for another nickel, I could tell you one of his stories.
Now, Pete, picture a steaming hot day in one of those little South Texas oil towns. A bunch of kids are just going to explode if they can't cool off. You know, you're lucky. You can just hop on your bike and ride down to the lake. Link, he didn't have a lake within 100 miles. Unless you call that oil a lake.
What did he do?
Well, picture this hill out at one end of town, leading right smack down onto a dirt road. Picture the carts that Link and the other kids made out of crates and whatever wheels they could scrounge. You got that? Well, now, on this dirt road in those days, there used to be lumber wagons and ice wagons and such coming by all the time. And right at the crossroads was a big stand of cottonwood trees blocking the view. Well, Link and the kids used to come tearing down that hill, and they'd see how close they could come to those wagons. That was the idea. Besides, coming down, the breeze was supposed to cool you off.
What if the wagon was coming by?
Well, I asked Link about that. And he said one summer he was roaring down that hill, and he went right under a wagon. Right between the wheels, you know, just ducked down and came out the other side.
Why?
Yeah. I guess he was about the most famous kid in Lander after that. Link, he said that he did it to cool off. But I think he did it to prove that when you're a boy, nothing can hurt you. Just like you, Pete. Nothing can hurt you. You're gonna be fine. Cool and fine.
Why don't I feel sick like the kids?
It takes a greater degree of infection to make an adult ill. Or you might have built up some kind of immunity.
Well, when you disinfected my clothes in the warehouse, did you find any ticks?
No.
Whit! Coming to get the press?
George.
You gonna arrest him? Now, we got a right to know.
I've come to find Andy Ferguson.
That bum's not gonna get away with it, Whit.
What are you gonna do, George? Lynch him? I don't see a rope. How are you gonna lynch him without a rope? Andy? They'd have gone in after him if they weren't all a little awed by the hospital. Sooner or later, they'll work up to it, especially if another child is brought in sick. How's your boy?
No change.
You through with him?
You going to arrest me?
My orders are to take you into the next town and dump you.
If we don't get him out of town, Todd, there's going to be trouble.
Mr. Ferguson, you're talking about me, and I'm right here, so why not talk to me?
McNeil, this is not an easy situation.
Oh, but you're looking for an easy solution, is that it?
The important thing is to get him out of town without any trouble, right?
Right.
Well, those men in the lobby that saw you come in will be waiting for you to go out with him. Why don't you let me take him out the back way?
I don't know.
No, Whit, that's a good idea.
You'll take him on out of town?
Yeah.
I guess it's all right.
Is it all right with you, Emmett?
Johnny? Go get everybody some coffee.
And how about some hot dogs, soda pop, and paper flags?
Shut up and get the coffee.
Listen, tossing a duffel bag around, having a few laughs, that's one thing. I'm going home.
Logan, get some coffee.
Hurry it up, McNeil.
This is as far as I'm going.
You can't stay here.
Well, I can try.
Well, why should you?
Well, on the other hand, why shouldn't I?
McNeil, you've got to try and understand these people. They were born inside, cozy and warm in this tight little cocoon of a town, and they've stayed inside, snug and clean and warm, pretending there's nobody and nothing outside. But every once in a while, something from the outside manages to slip in, and they get a good look at some of the cold and dirt and hunger and sickness that's outside, and it scares them. And then they fall all over themselves trying to get rid of whatever it is that's threatening their nice, clean little world. If you're Andy Ferguson, you try and sneak it out of town. But if you're Simmons, you have to stomp it and smash it.
Now, don't you get involved in this, kid.
Emmett, how's your gin rummy?